Kevin Durant wants out of Brooklyn. Welcome back, YouTube. It is Saiko, and today we are here back with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be discussing a lot of the stuff that has legitimately just been happening within the last like 2-3 days within the NBA sphere. And I'm actually recording this as of like free agency, so like most of this video, or at least the latter half of this video, is going to be focused on free agency, but obviously the first half is going to be focused around Kevin Durant actually telling the Nets that he wants out of Brooklyn, that he wants to be traded. So yeah, apparently KD actually wants out of Brooklyn, and that's something that's really surprising because literally yesterday, or at least like I guess 2 days as of you guys seeing this video, Kyrie took his like 36, 37, 38. He took his player option basically, that way that he would stay in Brooklyn. And the original idea, I guess, and I guess the idea still is that the Nets are going to try and find Kyrie to the Lakers or find him to a team that he wants to go to in some sort of like sign and trade. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, the day that I'm actually recording this, in the morning, I remember waking up and seeing Ben Simmons, go on his IG and pretty much like post a selfie of him like mean mugging the camera or something. And it was like that he was like getting ready or something like that. He looked like he was in the Nets locker room at least, because he had like the Nets warm up on, and then he had like a bunch of shoes behind him and like a player plaque behind him. I think that said his name and the number 10 because he's Ben 10, I guess. 10 Simmons, whatever the hell you want to call him. And literally hours later, it comes out that KD went up to Joe Tsai himself and pretty much said, I want to be traded from this organization. That's really rough for Nets fans because Kyrie pretty much does not want to be there, or at least the Nets don't want him there. And now KD is asking for out. And now all you have from getting those two and James Harden is basically Ben Simmons. And as for KD, the two teams that he actually requested to go to, or that were at the top of his list, were the Phoenix Suns and the Miami Heat. And you know what those two teams have in common? They were both the #1 seed of their conference last year when the Warriors won the championship, or at least in the 2021-2022 season, they were the first seeds. And if I'm being honest with you, I feel like the Nets don't even have to honor KD's request of wanting to go to either of those two teams. And pretty much ever since they got Kyrie and KD for about like the 3 years that they've been together, I guess 2 years for KD, when they dumped D'Angelo, Karis LeVert the next year, and Jared Allen and all their young core, the fun Brooklyn Nets as I like to call them, they've been to 3 playoff series. And out of those 3 playoff series, they've only won 1 of them. And they were also in the play-in tournament. And like they should not have even been in the play-in game, like knowing the talent that's on this roster, but obviously because of the whole vaccine issue and KD getting hurt, it was just pretty much impossible for everyone, and Harden getting hurt, it was just pretty much impossible for like the big 3, I guess, to kind of play together. And then you trade away Harden for Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons doesn't even play. I just don't think that the Nets would honor KD's request of wanting to go, or wanting to trade him to go play with CP or to go play with Jimmy Butler. And plus, I don't even think that for the Miami Heat, I don't think that Pat Riley would want to give up Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. Although, yeah, I know that there have been discussions of trading Tyler Hero for Donovan Mitchell. I just don't think that KD would be the player that Pat Riley would want on that team, because I don't even think that he fits the Heat culture. I mean, yeah, it's Kevin Durant. I would love to have Kevin Durant on any of the 29 other teams if I was a GM, but I just don't know if I'd be willing to give up literally the people that really build my culture for a guy like that. I feel like it's kind of the way that like I feel like the Brooklyn Nets kind of fell apart ever since they traded like D'Lo and Karis LeVert and Jared Allen. Like the culture of that team that 1 year completely changed the next year. I will say, out of all of the teams, or out of all the 29 other teams that pretty much have things to offer, the one dark horse I do have for trading for him would be the New Orleans Pelicans. Because if you look at the Pelicans roster, they've got like Zion, who I'm pretty sure they're going to do whatever it takes in their power to keep him. They have got CJ, they've got Brandon Ingram, they have Larry Nance Jr., Kira Lewis Jr., Valanciunas, Jackson Hayes, although I kind of think Jackson Hayes is kind of a bum. Dyson Daniels just got drafted there. They have Devontae Graham, Jose Alvarado. They have a lot of like pieces that they could actually trade. Trey Murphy, Herb Jones. I didn't even mention those guys, and those guys are like my favorite guys on that team besides BI. Like honestly, I feel like the New Orleans Pelicans, if they really wanted to, they could potentially just trade for KD. But obviously they'd have to give up probably like Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, and Brandon Ingram, and probably a pick or two that they got from the Lakers in order to make this happen. They would be my dark horse. If they wanted to go do it, they could probably go do it. But honestly, I don't really expect the KD trade to pretty much go within the next, or like to be something within the first 2 days of free agency. I feel like maybe by July 4th or like maybe July 5th, probably like at the beginning of July somewhere, but not like not the day that you guys are watching this. I don't think that there's gonna be a deal that's gonna be done for KD just yet. But if there is, I'm gonna try and upload a video. Like even if I do end up uploading a video about the whole KD trade, if it does happen the day that I actually upload this video, I will upload that same night. But obviously, I don't know how well it's gonna perform, but I mean, it doesn't matter. People are gonna see it anyways, no matter what, I guess. By the way, if you guys actually like what you've been seeing from this channel so far, please consider hitting the like button. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe if you guys are interested in the content that I have to offer. I may be doing rebuilds in the very near future, so you want to look out for that. Don't forget to also hit the bell notification so that way you actually don't miss out on any of my videos. And you know, it would just really mean a lot to me if you guys could do all those things. And yeah, to kind of get away from all of the KD news, another thing that kind of happened literally yesterday, or I guess 2 days ago, right before free agency just happened, right before free agency just opened up, is the fact that DeJounte Murray actually got traded to the Atlanta Hawks for Danilo Gallinari, and I think 3 first-round unprotected picks and 1 pick swap in 2025 from the Atlanta Hawks. I actually don't know how I really feel about this trade because honestly, yeah, I know that San Antonio, they weren't gonna compete for at least like a year or maybe the next couple of years. But honestly, I felt like DeJounte Murray would have been really the like foundational piece that they could really build around on that roster. And now that they've like traded him away, I kind of feel like the Spurs are pretty much going full rebuild at this point. Yeah, they have their all-star. I mean, ever since like Tim Duncan retired, they lost Kawhi, they've lost DeMar DeRozan, now they lost DeJounte Murray, and you know, they have a bunch of rookies. They have 3 rookies coming in, so I guess it's Keldon Johnson's team now because Lonnie Walker, well, we'll get to Lonnie Walker in a second, but Lonnie Walker's not there anymore either. I just guess that the Spurs are just going to be rebuilding. As for the Hawks, I feel like what they gave up Gallinari, who is not actually going to be even playing for the Spurs. I think he's going to get bought out and either go to Chicago or go to Boston. But the way that they kind of traded for DeJounte, it made me really feel like it was a win now move. And I don't think that the Hawks are in a win now situation as of this moment. Yeah, I get that DeJounte is cool and all. I'm a really big fan of him myself, but like, the Spurs wanted a Drew Holiday type package and they got that, but I feel like it wasn't to a team. Like the team that ended up giving them that Drew Holiday type package wasn't a team like, for example, the Bucks, or if you're the Miami Heat, like a team that is at the top that you know has a chance to win if they add that piece. With the Hawks adding DeJounte Murray, I feel like they haven't done that just yet. Like when I look at the Hawks, they have a really solid team from Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, Bogdanovich is still there, DeAndre Hunter is still there, John Collins is still there, who was the big piece that was actually going to be moved originally in that Spurs-Hawks trade. Clint Capella is still there. Like a lot of their core, or a lot of the guys that kind of made the Hawks what they were the last 2 years are still there. But at the same time, I feel like they're still a little bit too young. They're still a little bit too inexperienced. Yeah, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but I mean, it was all because of a Ben Simmons missed layup, or I guess passed upon layup that he gave to Matisse Thybulle, who can't shoot free throws, by the way. And yeah, it just, like, honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that Ben Simmons passed that shot up, I'm pretty sure that the Hawks would be eliminated by the Sixers, and it would have been a Bucks Sixers Eastern Conference Finals. But that's besides the point. I think the big thing that I'm kind of like really thinking about when it comes to the Hawks is the fact that DeAndre Hunter is not healthy. And like, if you don't have one of your like key defenders being healthy, yeah, you do have DeJounte Murray and you have so much firepower with like Kevin Huerter and Bogdanovich, but like, I just don't see the Hawks as a contender just yet. Maybe they can prove me wrong in the preseason, or depending on who else they decide to get in the offseason right now. But honestly, I feel like them adding DeJounte Murray only elevates them to like a 5th or 6th seed, kind of like what they were like 2 years ago when they beat the Knicks, when they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, I love the trade, but I don't know if the amount that the Hawks gave up for him is actually worth it. And I guess now that I'm pretty much done talking about the main 2 things in this video, I might as well just go over what happened in free agency. I actually have a lot of it written down because I'm obviously not going to be able to remember all of the numbers that I'm going to say, or all the numbers that were pretty much tweeted out. Yeah, hi, future me here. I literally am editing the video right now, and as of me editing this, we actually got some news that Cat actually signed a 4-year, $224 million Supermax extension with the Wolves. and that Ja signed a 5-year 193 max rookie extension, which is basically, I'm pretty sure, around the same amount that Luka got, if not a little less, and it could be worth up to like 231 million. So I mean, both of these guys got their bags, and they proved it in the playoffs, or at least I guess Ja really proved it in the playoffs. Cat has always been like a top 3 center, top 3 to 5 center in my eyes. So I mean, good on them. Also, Andre Drummond went to the Bulls. I don't really know if anyone really cares about that though. So pretty much we have Jokic signing a 5-year, $264 million extension. He's now pretty much the most highest paid player in the NBA. Devin Booker actually just signed a 4-year, $214 million extension, which pretty much means that he's out of the running in terms of being traded for KD. So I guess like if a DeAndre Ayton sign and trade is possible, I don't think that the Nets would do that, but like obviously it's there for a reason, or at least like I think the potential is there, but at the same time, like he's going to be getting offers from other teams, so we don't know what like the situation with that is actually going to be. Bradley Beal signed a 5-year, $251 million deal, and I'm a little disappointed, but at the same time, Bradley Beal did talk about he wanted to go to a place where he could win. And I mean, winning, I guess, doesn't always mean that you pick a championship. You could be also winning financially. And I guess that's what Bradley Beal is doing right now. So, I mean, yo, man, if you want it, you got your bag. You wanted the bag. You got your bag. Enjoy your bag, Brad. Yo, that kind of rhymed. Hashtag bars. Jalen Brunson is going to the Knicks, and pretty much he's being signed. I just have the notification on my phone because there were so many numbers that have been tweeted out about like 105, 106, 110. But apparently the official deal is that he's going to be signing for 4 years, 104 million, something like that. And I mean, I guess he had a taste of the Western Conference Finals and pretty much said, hey, I'm gonna go chase my bag now. And I mean, I can't even blame a guy like him for wanting to chase the bag, because I mean, he'd be playing second fiddle to Luka anyways. Anthony Simons signed a 4-year, $100 million deal, and I mean, hey, he got his bag. He's staying in Portland, and now he's gonna pretty much be cemented as that backcourt partner with Dame, although they're both really small, so it's pretty much him and CJ McCollum all over again. And then I guess you've got Shaedon Sharpe coming off the bench, who I hope is gonna, you know, play pretty solid for them. And if he does play really solid, it just gives Dame every reason to maybe go to a contender, you know, maybe go to Milwaukee, maybe go just anywhere that's not Portland, or just anywhere that will actually help you contend. Hell, go to the Lakers, bro. I'd rather him not, just because as much as I love Dame, I would not want him to be on my favorite team. Does that make any sense? No, not really, but like, I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't want Dame on the Lakers just because of like who he is, I guess. Lou Dort got a 5-year, $87.5 million deal, and I hope because they paid him, he'll be able to play a lot more, because he's only played about 50 games per season. And obviously some of those were because, number one, they shut him down, and number two, because I mean, last year he had a torn labrum in his like shoulder, so obviously he wouldn't be able to play the other like 30 games. But like, I hope that he can stay healthy, and I hope that he can play a lot, because, you know, he was developing a 3-point shot, and his defense is just always really good. So I mean, I would love to see him out there. Plus he was undrafted, so he's another undrafted player that got a bag. Bobby Portis pretty much went back to the Bucks for a 4-year, $49 million deal. Pretty solid for the Bucks, especially like, you know, with Brook Lopez, his back problems and everything. So I mean, you got Bobby there, and plus I know that the city of Milwaukee loves Bobby, and I think that Bobby loves him too. Chris Boucher got a 3-year, $35 million contract, so he stays with the Raptors. Patty Mills went back to Brooklyn, despite the fact that the news of KD literally came out like hours before he signed, so I don't understand why he came back. Oh yeah, Nicholas Claxton is back too. And I guess the Nets kind of broke the rule of not wanting to offer him more than $8 million, because he got a 2-year, $20 million contract, which I think is really solid for a guy like him. I think that's like the perfect amount that I would have paid him to. Isaiah Hartenstein also signed to the Knicks, so I mean, I guess he joins Jalen Brunson. And to be honest with you, I'm actually more excited about Isaiah Hartenstein going to the Knicks than Jalen Brunson for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because we've known about the Jalen Brunson thing for like weeks, maybe months, ever since the playoffs pretty much happened. Daniel House Jr. and PJ Tucker are pretty much going to the 76ers, so I guess Daryl Morey is trying to build the Houston 76ers for some reason, or I guess the Philadelphia Rockets, because James Harden, Daniel House, and PJ Tucker, which mind you, PJ Tucker got a 3-year, $30 million contract. And for a guy who's going to be 40, I don't know if I want to pay him 10 million a year when he's 40 years old, but hopefully it's a front-ended contract so that way the money decreases as it goes on. But like, we don't know the details of the contract just yet. Lonnie Walker, Troy Brown, and Juan Toscano Anderson all go to the Lakers, and I guess Lonnie Walker is the Malik Monk replacement. I mean, he can get his own shot, so that's cool. Troy Brown has been kind of iffy with me. I really liked him when he was in Washington, and then when he went to Chicago, I felt like he didn't really do anything at that point. And Juan Toscano Anderson is he's really solid, but I don't know how many minutes he's gonna get on the Lakers because, I mean, as the season went on in Golden State, he got less and less minutes. He would be like a plug and play guy where just give him like 2, 3, like a 5-minute burst right here or a 5-minute burst right there. But like, I feel like that's probably what he's gonna do on the Lakers as well. So, I mean, it's a body on the floor for the Lakers, I guess. Instead of going to the Lakers, Malik Monk went to Sacramento to be reunited with De'Aaron Fox. So I mean, that's cool. And he got a pretty hefty pay. So I mean, I can't even blame him for going there. He can do all the booger sugar he wants there, I guess. And I hope, and Michael Jordan's not gonna slap the ever-living life out of him, I guess. JaVale went to the Mavs, which is a really nice addition because, you know, they kind of need bodies, I guess. If the Mavs could actually somehow get Miles Turner from the Pacers, who apparently has been on the market literally every year ever since he signed like an extension, maybe even before he signed an extension, a rookie deal, a rookie extension with the Pacers. He's literally been on the trading block every year. But I mean, if the Mavs could get Miles Turner and JaVale McGee on the team at the same time, that'd be amazing. Kyle Anderson went to the T-Wolves. I would have actually really liked it if he went to Golden State because, I don't know, he just feels like a type of guy that could fit like a Golden State player. He could be like, you know, a Sean Livingston because he could literally play 1 through 3, I guess 1 through 4. Victor Oladipo returned to the Heat for a 1-year, $11 million contract after signing I think it was like a $2 to $4 million contract last year. But I'm not gonna lie to you, VO. I love you and all. I think you're great. You were an all-star. You were most improved. But like, I still remember you airballing a reverse layup. And I still remember you shooting that one shot in Game 7 where you had your arm in the air as if that shit was actually gonna sink. Guess what? It didn't. But I'm kidding. I love VO. I'm kidding. I'm just messing around. But like, I don't know. I think I don't know. Like he took less money so he could get more money, and I guess it paid off. And as of right now, we don't really have any word on James Harden, DeAndre Ayton, Zach LaVine, and Miles Bridges, who got released yesterday. And I guess, well, I don't even know where Montrezl Harrell is, but like Miles Bridges and Montrezl Harrell, I don't know. Those two just make me laugh. But we have no word on like any sort of deals that are involved with them, because I know that Harden has an appointment, or I guess he has a meeting scheduled with the 76ers this weekend to kind of discuss their contract negotiation, because they're not going to give him a max. I'm pretty sure he knows that they're not going to give him a max either, even if he tries to negotiate it. But like, we don't really know what's going to happen with any of those guys right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it for day 1 of free agency. The KD thing was just really shocking. I still don't know how to react about it, or even react period about it, because it's just such a shocker that, like, you know, Kyrie was like, yeah, I ain't gonna leave my man 7. Next day he literally wants out. And I just remember Ben Simmons being like, oh, it's gonna be like really dangerous. Dude, I don't think you're gonna play with them, Ben. I'm sorry to say that. I think Brooklyn is gonna have to build with Ben at this point. But that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Obviously, if I got something wrong, please feel free to correct me. Yeah, my name is Saiko. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was day 1 of free agency and the Kevin Durant trade and the DeJounte Murray trade, or I guess like the Kevin Durant wanting out, the DeJounte Murray trade. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. That sounds very weird to say because I feel like that's so old-fashioned to say. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.